Hi, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. Wuche Studio is one of the most consistent keyboard studios that is putting out budget keyboards with interesting features. Specifically, the Zoom series. Starting off with the 65, it was when the knob hype was at its peak. It was one of the most popular options for those who wanted an assembled or unassembled custom keyboard kit for about $150. Afterwards, they did the TKL where they introduced interchangeable backplates. Some glossy, some carbon fiber, it was really cool. Today I have with me the Zoom 75 and I believe they combined the knob, the backplates and added one more interesting feature. So let's see what they have in store for us. As always, it has tons of customization for colors, up to 14 different colors and 4 more on their special glossy edition. Aside from that, there's 9 more different weights and knobs. The one I have with me today is in cream. The recent keyboards on the channel has been black, white and silver. You know, I decided to go with something a little more neutral. Cream would be something that would match any setup. Alright, so what is included in a base kit? In the base kit, you will find a cord braided USB-C cable, some accessories, your gaskets, a set of screw-in stabilizers and the Zoom 75. For my first impressions, I really like it. Wuche Studio has always been really strict on their QC. The board itself is in perfect condition, except for the one sticker I peeled off, it left a mark. But that's the sticker, I guess. It's a really hefty board and the packaging is getting better and better every single time. The base kit is going for $179, so let's build in it and see whether it lives up to the hype. It is held together by 4 screws and the bottom frame is pretty interesting. The bottom frame actually consists of 3 different pieces. The main piece is the bottom frame. Afterwards, we have an interchangeable back plate and a counterweight. So these 3 things combined together creates the bottom frame of the Zoom 75. All the screws are not exposed externally and are all hidden internally. So you won't see a bunch of screws at the back even though it has 3 pieces to build that bottom frame. Aside from that, the USB-C cutout is in the center and connects to the PCB via the daughter board. Bluetooth is also an available add-on. You will get a battery and a different PCB. The top frame itself is pretty simple, it's just the top frame, except for the top right hand corner. The top right hand corner has a slot for 4 different types of modules. First up, we have the knob module. As the name suggests, you can install a knob alongside with another key. The next module is actually a dual key kit. Basically, you get 2 more keys in that specific slot. As for the third option, it is to install a badge. The badge is pretty sick, it is magnetic, really easy to install. And last but not least, the one I'm going to be going with, the module is the LCD module. It's a screen on the keyboard. It's able to display all this style of different features and it's really cool. I believe this will be the main selling point and main selling factor of the Zoom 75. It is also that one thing that they added on top of the TKL and the 65 while integrating the old upgrades. Take note of all the different add-ons and I'm pretty sure this screen is $25 US. Alright, for foams provided, we have a case foam. Not really a case foam, it's more of a weight foam. If there's no internal weight, you can install the case foam. Aside from that, we have our PCB foam, PE foam and plate foam. It runs a polycarbonate plate along with our PCB, south facing, a lot of flex cards, QMK support, and not only that, it has support for every single layout possibility that you want. ISO, 7U, split spacebar, it's all in one PCB. Overall, it's extreme value packed. This is one of the best spec out keyboard for $179. Excluding the screen, of course. I'm talking about the PCB, talking about the different materials that are being used. But how does it sound though? So let's build in it and find out. So as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, they provide silicone gaskets. Not really silicone, it's more of their own kind of rubber gaskets. They do not use silicone or pour-on gaskets anymore. Instead, they have their own system of installing gaskets, and their system actually provides for a more stable flex and more stable typing experience. As for the foam I'm going to be using both the pour-on PCB foam and the plate foam. As for switches, I'm probably going to go with one of my all-time favorite switches, the Gateron All Kings. An entirely opaque black 5-pin switch, nylon top, Gateron ink bottom and a palm stem. It is one of the most stable switches I have used without any wobble, and also provides for a deeper sounding keyboard. Also, I didn't lube these are factory lubed, so kind of stock. As for keycaps, I have another set of Osume keycaps. Today I'll be using the Tsukimi keycap set. The colors on this keycap set should match the board pretty well. It's a cherry profile set, PBT, 1.6mm thick and die-subbed. The quality and print is really good. This is my second set of Osume keycaps I've used and I'm loving it. So yes, this is the Zoom 75 and here's how it sounds. Alright, so what do you guys think of the keyboard? Personally, I would give it a solid 9 out of 10. Okay, no, I would give it an 8.5 out of 10. The main problem that I didn't really like about this board is it's not extremely beginner friendly. There are quite a few things that I struggle with, such as installing the modules. The 4 different modules, they're all installed quite differently, especially the badge and the LCD module. At the same time, because the PCB supports all the different layouts you want, you can support 7U spacebar, ISO, all that different hot swap sockets are extremely complicated to look at and try to figure out which key is supposed to fit the layout that I want. I had to test it out for like an hour or so, like figuring out, because the most smallest of change in where you install your switch might not allow you to install the keycap that you want. So yeah, that is one thing that I feel like isn't extremely simple and beginner friendly for beginners. But the keyboard itself, once it's fully assembled, it's honestly one of the better budget keyboards out there for $179. As for the sound profile, it has that standard Zoom sound profile. It sounds talky, not really that QK65 thok, more of that marbly kind of thok. And it's not exactly the same as Monsgeek kind of thok. So if I had to gauge how deep the keyboard sounds, QK65 would probably be down here, really deep. Monsgeek would probably be up here as the semi-deep. And I would put the Zoom keyboards in the middle. So realistically, most of the time, if you build on a Zoom keyboard and use the foams and all the different things that they provide, you will end up with a deeper sounding keyboard. So yes, I would believe the main characteristic of this keyboard is a deeper sounding gasket top. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like. The previous video did really well. Thank you so much for your support on that video. Comment your thoughts on this keyboard down below, and if you're interested, this will be linked in the description down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.